Hey y'all, I'm Marika, aka Brooklyn Betty. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back if y'all been around town. Welcome in if you're brand spanking here. It's kind of like the insane asylum. Like, I think I should kind of get like straight jackets for everybody so that we can just all be on one page. Because if you like it here, you love it here, like you're a little cuckoo, like a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, just like me. But how y'all been? This week has been cute. It's been really relaxed, really chill for me. If you follow me on Instagram, y'all know that I'm a Stairmaster warrior, and I could not get up out of my bed other than today, which is Friday. I came back late on Monday from the bachelorette party, and that was cool. It was way cooler than expected, to be honest. Like, I'm very much an introvert, so like, you know, hosting an event and like managing 6 women, like to be on time, which we failed at horribly, honestly. Like, we were late for everything, but not late to the point where it's like, oh, we canceling your reservation and we gonna charge y'all. It wasn't like that. But whew, I do not miss the days of, you know, just everybody trying to get their shit together to get an Uber and go to the restaurant or go to the place. Like, my heart was beating, like having heart palpitations for the most part the whole trip when it came to like time management. And yeah, I think I was telling y'all a little bit in the last episode that I'm a project manager by trade, by like career. So I don't be like in the plan because I have to plan so much Monday through Friday and like plan months in advance. So I never really feel like I'm present when I have to plan something outside of work, because it's taking me back into that work mode of like, you know, making sure this and this and this is here. So it wasn't that bad though. Like, they were cool customers. They didn't give me too much of a hard time. We didn't have any drama at all. The biggest drama was the damn weather. Like, the weather was a hater. It wanted to be raining off and on. We couldn't do our hike, which I'm really sad about. But I'm going on a hike tomorrow with some other girlas. So I'm excited about that. I get to redeem myself like a week later, basically, because we were supposed to go on a hike last Saturday, and now we're going on a hike this Saturday. But yeah, I'm excited about the little hikeana tomorrow, so I could be like Dora the Explorer. I'm excited. But down to the business while we here today. Love the our tribe, our posse recommendations, but I think the Wilmas is winning. I'm gonna give y'all one more video. So not this Sunday, but the Sunday after this one, after this video, I'm gonna give y'all one more again to come up with some stuff, like a lot of like the Betty Boops and stuff like that, for a play on like Betty Boop. And I like that. That was really cute. I saw one comment that was like the Jazzies, because of a famous jazz singer that was named Betty back in the day. And I thought that was really cute. I love the meaningfulness, the tying back into like the deeper thing. But I really love the Wilmas. It's giving yabba dabba dabba do us. It's the Wilmas. But we're gonna see. I'm gonna brainstorm. I might even ask on Instagram what we think. But the reason why we're here today is because I want to answer these questions for the Q&A. A few of y'all gave me some questions in the comments, and I also did like the little comment box on Instagram, and y'all got some really good questions. I was surprised, like really blown away by the thoughtfulness and the deepness of some of these questions. So I'm gonna read them off randomly, and hopefully that it doesn't take me into a tandem, because y'all know I love a spin-off show. Like, I be on one direction and then all of a sudden I just start putting my indicator on and going over into the other lanes. Like, it just gets too crazy. But at first I was going to try to like categorize them, but I didn't even really go through all of them because I didn't really want to have to think about it. Like, I really wanted to be kind of candid for most of the questions. Like, some of the questions that I did peep at the other day, it was like what's your favorite fashion pieces, blah, blah, blah. So I really tried to like, you know, bring my homework with me to have, you know, some pieces to show y'all as examples of whatever the question is. But I didn't go through all of them because I wanted to be an element of surprise for me too. Like, I wanted to be fun for y'all and fun for me, because the quickest way for me to bore out of something is for it not to be fun. Like, nobody wants to keep showing up to do something that's unfun for them, and I am the fun committee. Like, if it's anything that I want to do, or if anything I want to watch, I know when I watch people on YouTube, like, I want to be engaged. So it would have been no fun if I knew all of the answers and I'm just coming to y'all spitballing out everything that I know. But any hoodles, let me take out my trusty rusty iPhone-age and we gonna get to these questions. So I'm gonna go through the questions that were left on last Sunday's video first, and then I'm gonna go into the Instagram questions. And y'all in my business, but I'm okay. I'm actually excited to share with y'all. It kills me when the influencers be on Instagram or the TikTok or YouTube talking about people in their business. Like, girl, like, baby girl, you out here putting your business out here. So the people want to know. They want to know more. Like, you can't control that. But I'm not too guarded. Like, years ago, I probably wouldn't have been able to do this. Like, absolutely no. But let's get into this. Who out the gate, heavy hitter. Question I have for you is, do you want kids? If so, how many? And are there any plans for marriage? So I'm on the fence about this. I want a kid. I want a child. I would love, and I know how people be like, you can't pick the sex of your child, and I understand, but I really would love to be a boy mom. Like, I would really love to have a son one day, hopefully in the near future, because the clock is ticking. Like, the biological clock over here, the rooster is crowing. It's about to be a wrap. But yes, I would like a child. And it's crazy because I didn't grow up as the only child. So the fact that I just want one is kind of mean. Like, who they gonna play with? But we gonna find some cousins, a neighbor, a cat, something. Because at this point, I'm about to be falling apart at the seams. I don't have enough time to have another one. So I think I just want to have one kid that I can like fully pour into and, you know, like instill everything that I wish I could have learned and been as a kid and have all the reinforcements that I could have as a kid into my kid. And are there any plans for marriage? I definitely want to get married. Growing up, like in my 20s, I never thought I would see the day. Like, I never had like positive views of marriage, so I never wanted to get married. Like, I didn't see that in my forefront. Like, my mom and dad, my mom never remarried after my dad never remarried after her. And I just never, like any of the adults, I never really seen be married like in healthy, productive, happy marriages. So it was just always just like, yeah, I don't really need to do that. But like as an adult and like being with somebody that you really feel like is your best friend and you really feel like you on the same page with, absolutely, I definitely want to get married. What's the next one? My question is, how did your personal style evolve? What phases did you go through? Thanks, love you, mean it. Oh, I love that. Pulling me on me. How did my personal style evolve? So as a New York girl in high school, I feel like we all kind of had the same style. I went to a fashion high school. We all did like the Jordans with the name bell and like, you know, just being very, very matchy. In high school, I don't think I really had much of an identity that was differing from my peers other than like the sneakers. Like, I had to have like all of the sneakers and all of the Timberland field boots. So I think going more into college, my style started to evolve. Like, I really started getting a sense of who I am and how I wanted to dress, especially being opened up to going to school in Baltimore. I went to Morgan. So going to school there and just seeing people from different states and how they dress and different things like that, I think it really opened me up to evolving my style. Like, being around people that weren't from New York and then they experience you as a New Yorker and how you dress, I think that really opened me up to like evolving my personal style. It's just like, oh, you got the Vancin on and you out here, you a ghetto Brooklyn girl with these big earrings on and these sneakers and these Vancin jackets. Like, I think I really started to evolve once I got into college. And, you know, I always loved like a Teen Vogue and looking to see how cute they dressed and different things like that. So I think in college, like, I really got into my love of, you know how back in college, if you were of a certain age, you kind of went to the club business cash. So I think that's where my love of like blazers and like bright stuff come from, because like when I would go home, I would shop for parties and go and get like bright blazers and things like that. So I think it slowly started evolving from there. And then they just had like such good thrift stores out there in Baltimore. I've always been an eBay warrior, like from high school. So I would order like during that time when they had like the retro kid era and everybody would dress like the 80s and 90s, like with the crazy glasses. Like I would get a lot of that stuff off of eBay. So I think I evolved my personal style based off of trends, but doing it with originality. Like if it's going to be the 80s theme, I'm not going to buy the stuff that's in the mass produced stores that's 80s. I'm going to go on eBay or I'm going to go thrift the stuff that's from the 80s and have the actual real shit. Like I feel like, I don't know, maybe being from New York, that's that ego. Like I'm gonna do this but make it 10 times better, like or I'm gonna do this but you're not gonna have what I have on. Like this might be the theme or this might be the trend, but I'm not doing it like y'all. So I feel like that's really what started to evolve my style, that competitive nature, that that ego, that bravado. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, but it's not gonna be like how Shorty doing it. It's not gonna be how we not gonna be in the club and the party with the same thing on. Like, you're not gonna be able to find what I have on. So I think that's where I started like thrifting and more so going to eBay for clothes. Cause in high school I used to do a lot of eBay for like sneakers and stuff. And in college, once like the clothes and stuff started getting too crazy, I would look on eBay to like find like different era clothes. So I think like the different trends and stuff in college and me really wanting to be like divergent from everybody else and like really pouring into eBay and pouring into vintage stuff, it really helped like the beginning of the evolution of my style. Like basically just using my resources and not like going to your regular stores to get the stuff, like just more so being a little bit more exclusive. And I think it has always been evolved kind of like streetwear, like refined like streetwear a little bit. My style has always been at the core. So I think that's more so what pushed me over the edge is when I went to school and just, trying to be different. So I'm using different avenues to be different. I don't know if I answered that question. I hope I did, but yeah, let's go to the next one. Question, have you seen Your Friends and Neighbors? Yes, I watched that. I'm not caught up to it, but I think it's actually pretty good. It's very interesting. And that show, I think it's on Apple TV, I want to say. And it's basically about like a rich man who's like falling from grace. He's on financial hard times and he starts like ripping off his neighbors, basically taking their stuff because he trying to keep up with the Joneses, but he don't want to admit that like he losing his job and all of this stuff. He still want to keep up appearances, but he robbing his neighbors basically. So that's a pretty good show. Another part of the question is what's on your watch list? I'm a Pisces girl. I'm gonna say it to the moon because not until my 30s did I realize like how Pisces coded I am, because in my 20s, I don't think I was really like a typical Pisces, like very stoic, very not emotional, but I've always liked like Pisces things. So on my watch list, I have a lot of like dystopian stuff. Like I like the show called Silo. I think it's on Apple TV as well. I think it's from a book, but it's basically like a doomsday show, like where they're like stuck like underground because some nuclear something happened up in Earth, and it's just this big struggle between the people that live there, whether or not it's breathable and livable outside, and like the main character is just basically trying to uncover the truth to figure out like what's going on, like why are we buried down here, what happened, and can we live out there or not. So I've been watching that. I think I'm almost done with that. And what else is it? It's the show, the other zombie apocalypse show that is like basically the mushrooms are taking over people, are making people zombies. Why? The Last of Us. I love that show. I'm watching that actively. I watch Forever, as y'all know. I really, really, really love that. Like if there's more shows like that, I would really love to watch those. What else? I feel like I jump on the shows and just watch them up so bad, like just binge them, that I don't really have anything on my watch list. Those are like the two active, Silo and the other zombie apocalypse show is the like current two that I'm watching. But yeah, that's the type of stuff I like to watch. I saw this thing pop up for the Fountain of Youth on Apple TV, and it looks like it's like one of those shows, like not Indiana Jonesy, but you know, like where you got to go through and like catch all of these artifacts in order to find the big thing. They looking for the Fountain of Youth. Like I love stuff like that. Like Tomb Raider, when that movie came out, it was everything for me. Like I love like adventure, but like nonfiction, like fantasy stuff, like things that don't really exist. So I'm big in my Pisces bag when I watch stuff. It's either that or like very like mystery stuff, like Law and Order type stuff that I like to watch. So it's the big extreme. It's either like In the Clouds, fantasy, dragons, Game of Thrones, stuff like that, or like very serious, morbid SVU type stuff. That's the two extremes. Another question, and these are questions from my YouTube audience. So y'all really in my business. I love it. Would you like to get married in the future, or would you rather stay as partners? Because some people feel it's just a piece of paper. What's your view on that? I don't think it's a piece of paper. I think marriage is an outdated constitution. Like it was created to keep women safe because like they weren't earners and they had to rely heavily on a man to take care of them. So that marriage was that insurance, like basically like let me go marry my daughter off over here and she's gonna be okay. She's gonna be taken care of. She's gonna be taken care of by this man. That not too much nowadays, but I do believe in marriage. Like I don't think that it's just a piece of paper. Like I don't believe that at all. Like I think it is a commitment. I think it's being intentional, like knowing that it's not necessarily a thing. Like I don't need you and you don't need me to like survive. And we still decide that we want to get married and, you know, take that step further into commitment. Like I think it's very intentional. It's very much, you know, expanding upon and sealing what you have already. Like I'm already waking up every day and choosing you, and you're waking up every day and choosing me. And that's just that piece of paper is just saying that it's official tissue. Like we waking up and we gonna do this every day moving forward. And I also think that it's important for me, at least in the realm of like having children. Like at the end of the day, it's cheaper to keep her, not like unromantically, but like when you know that you have to, it's so much hurdles that you have to get out of doing this thing. Like you're going to be more cautious about doing it because divorce is crazy. It's expensive as hell. So you're going to be a little bit more, you're going to be serious. You're going to be very serious about making this commitment and actually working on it to keep it and sustain it every day for the rest of your life. So, yeah, that's my stance on that. And I think it was a 2-part question. Yes, you would be an amazing stylist, or would you consider being a consultant if someone needed help and wanted your style advice to help them? So I did a little stint of styling back in the day in my early 20s. And I was assisting a stylist that worked for 106 in Park at one point. And I don't know, it just wasn't for me. But also, I didn't give it a fair shake as far as like, you know, having my own clients, because I think it's very important to have your clients that see your vision and they trust you. I feel like a lot of clients, they aren't trusting. So it's like, I want you to help me. I like your style, but like not so much on me. And I get it, because I see a lot of people that's like that too. Like, I love the way you look. I love the way you put things together aesthetically, but not so much on me. Like, I couldn't see myself pulling it off. So I think that's where it kind of gets a little convoluted. It's just like, okay, like I like your style, I like what you wear, but I don't really want to be styled that way. And not saying that it has to be cookie cutter, but like you got to be open-minded to work with me. And I haven't had that luxury other than a few times on Instagram. Like maybe a few years ago, I had maybe about 3 or 4 young ladies who wanted me to like source varsity stuff for them. And like I did a few big boxes of like, you know, just going out to vintage stores and sourcing pieces and consulting with them. Like, hey, like I picked this out for you, this plaid, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, made them a little style box with a little varsity jacket situation, charged them a fee and mailed it off to them. And that was very fun. Like those were my people. And I'm pretty sure on a larger scale, like if I was to try and, you know, style and have a clientele, I could come across more people that are my people. But I don't know. I feel like it don't bring me joy too much. Not gonna lie. Like, but again, I haven't done it on a large scale. But like what I have experienced, like in person, it really wasn't for me. But I the consulting part I have done, and that is a beautiful experience when you have the people who are for you and they really like the stuff that you bring to the table and they like your expertise. So the answer to that is yes. Not so much the styling, but yes, I have done the consultant and I don't have a problem with doing like consultation stuff. But I don't know if I'm gonna actually like go out on a limb and be like, yeah, let me go and do that myself. Like, let me go create this service. I don't know about that part now. Next question is, what made you decide to pull the trigger and start your YouTube channel? So the crazy thing is, as I've had this channel for a while, a friend of mine, she used to do trips. Well, I think she still does trips. Travel Rush. My same friend who's getting married, who we did the bachelorette party, Shelly. She has a travel concierge service, and one year, like a group of her and like all of her friends, we went to Tulum one year, and we had an itinerary. And exactly what I did when I did the packing video for y'all, I did for them, but I did it on YouTube and I did it in like the real landscape. So I just needed somewhere like to host a video. So I put it up there so that they can have like basically a style diary and a lookbook of like what to pack and what to wear on this trip. So that video has always been there, and I think I recently deleted it when I started getting more serious about like actually posting in November. So I've always had the channel up, but like what pushed me is in November when I first started, like my feelings were hurt. I was going through a hard time, and for me, usually getting over hard times, I need to create something. I need to like get that pain out, turn that pain into a passion, turn that pain into something beautiful. And I had just really been in my way and been in my head about like not doing a YouTube. Like people would say it all the time, like you need to do your YouTube, like your candor is everything, like you're so silly, like your energy is crazy, and you should really do it a YouTube. And I just never thought that it would be able to like kind of transcend, because you know sometimes you get on the camera and it's just not the same. It's not the same. So I'm happy that I finally like broke through that and I can actually talk to y'all like y'all sitting here with me in a room. But I think that was my biggest thing. Like I was afraid, and like I said, like this is the year of bravery and like, you know, just bringing my full self to the table. But what really pushed me over the edge was like I was sad. Like November, like Thanksgiving is like a big time for like my mom. It gives me big memories of my mom. That was like her favorite holiday. So I just felt real alone. I felt real alone. I was sad, and I decided to take that energy and put it into doing my first YouTube video. So yeah. All right, so that's all of the YouTube comment questions. We're gonna hop into the Instagram questions now. So the question is, what was your first piece you purchased that made your fashion collection begin? So this is a fully loaded question because I don't think I have like a piece of clothing that really got me into fashion. Like I think fashion for me really started with footwear. Like I never was a big clothing girly girl until like college. So I think the first piece that got me into like fashion, like loving clothes and like wanting to dress up, is the Concord Jordan 11s. Like when those came out, I was in elementary school, and my big brother at the time, I was like, I need these sneakers, and he got them for me. And that really started my insanity. Like I was a kid in elementary school. I used to keep them clean. I used to wash them with my toothbrush. And then from there, I started like laying my clothes out and trying to figure out what I wanted to wear with these sneakers. And then it was a sneaker thing like that really introduced me to like fashion and how I look. Like that's my earliest moments of like caring about what I wore and how I dressed myself, was when the Concord 11s came out in elementary school. Then it was like, oh, I need a skirt. I need to figure out like trying to build all of these things to match these sneakers, or that I could wear with these sneakers. So yeah, that's my earliest like caring about fashion moments. All right, so this is the question that I had peeped the other day, and I was like, oh, let me bring some artifacts to the classroom while I'm talking. But the question is, if you could only keep 5 items in your wardrobe, what would they be? And this is crazy because, girl, why would you do that? Like, why would don't you ask me this? But I really was like thinking about this, like, when did I put the questions out? I think it was Wednesday. And I feel like that was like one of the last questions that I saw pop up on my screen. I'm like, girl. So of course I'm going to say my vintage Kelly, because I love her to death, darling to death. Love her down. Vintage box Kelly. She has to stay. Like, she just has to. It's no contest. Just the history of like me going to like find her and, you know, going to the Real and having them like order her from the store or warehouse or wherever she was so that I can see her. And like literally I was like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And then like I just saw all of like the weathering on it and that it was vintage and it's 80s is the year and 80s is my year. I'm just like, me and sis is around the same age. Like, I just have to have her. So I was telling like the sales associate, like, you know, let me think on it. And it was like holding it or whatever. I think it was like still online and still on hold because I had requested for them to pull it so that I could see it. And not even, I want to say like 2 hours. Like I hadn't even fully gotten home yet on the train. And I messaged her like, sis, like, yes, like, let's do it. Let's pull a trigger. So definitely one of my 5 that I have to keep in my wardrobe. My Junior Watanabe Crazy Edward Scissorhand pants. I definitely would say it's just such a crazy statement piece that, yeah, like I have to keep this. Like, these are just so good. Like, no contest. And also, I've been looking for them just because I'm crazy. Like, when I buy something and I feel like I spent a little money on it, I always be looking, like, to see if it ever was cheaper. Like, basically to validate my decision. Like, should I have paid a little pretty coin for this or should I have waited? And I haven't been able to find them. So I'm happy that I bought them and I'm happy that I'm keeping them, like, because I can't find it again. Another thing, this is 3, right? Are my Margelli reflective tabbies. Like, it was the thrill of the chase for these. Like, I really like scoured the earth for these and I love them. Nice 3M stitch at nighttime. Like, it's giving Michael Jackson when he was walking on the tiles and they was lighting up. Like, that's what it gives to feet. So definitely gonna say these that I have to keep. You already know this Y Project coat with the whiskers, hourglass situation. You already know I have to keep this. Like, where is it going? Especially since Y Project is going bye-bye. Like, absolutely love. And then the 5th one, I don't know. Y'all gotta decide because it's both footwear and I'm unsure. But these Shananes, like, you just can't find them anymore. Like, this is very much a collectible piece. And I remember wanting these years and years and years ago and never being able to find them. And then I finally found them, like, maybe I want to say like 6 years ago. I found them 6 or 7 years ago in pristine condition with a box, dust bags and everything. I don't think that I'm ever going to like give them up. Like, they just so good, just so classic, nice little skippy shoe, and they're beautiful. So I think that's my 5. But the only other thing that I would say, because I was struggling between these and my original, the Celine without the accent mark, the Phoebe Philos or whatever. Like, I love these bad hair day joints. Like, they're just so comfortable. So it's a toss up kind of between these and the Shananes, but I think I'm leaning more towards the Shananes, like very classic. You could just wear it with, I could wear it with what I got on now, or I can wear it with some leggings and go run errands. Like, I think it's just like a very classic shoe that Chanel doesn't really do anymore. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Shananes, but them little slides, I love those too. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this thing. The thought process of putting looks together. So it's usually a piece, like something that I want to style. If I got something new, my look usually revolves around a thing and then I build. So whatever it is, if I bought new shoes, like I'm building the top and the pants and the jacket or whatever to go around putting the look together. Like, it usually revolves around something, the shoe, the jacket, and then just build. I do really consider like silhouettes and things like that, like, you know, a bigger wide bottom with like a crop top, like things like that. But it usually starts with a piece. Like today, when I was like, I'm gonna wear this, it was just like, okay, I didn't want to go too crazy. This is vintage, by the way, so I don't have a link for y'all. Sorry, don't jump me. but I was like, I'm gonna wear this. So it's just very much subdued everywhere else. So I think it just depends on the item. Like that's usually what my thought process does. Like, do I want to be crazy outlandish today, or do I just want to stick to, looking like a regular person walking down the street today? Like, I don't want to be too showy. It depends on the piece that I want to wear, that I'm highlighting, how I'm gonna style everything else around it, basically. I don't know, this is kind of like a statement-y question. You are an influencer with a difference as you're about ways to wear versus consuming. Do you agree? Yes and no. Because I do a lot of vintage things, and I do like to do a lot of repurposing, making sure like the rule of 4 that you're wearing stuff like more than once, and how to repurpose things in your wardrobe. But I also do consume. Like I buy new fashion and things like that. And I buy stuff. I'm not completely like repurposed and vintage and revamping, even though I do like to do those things. Like when I did the DIY coat, I'm heavy into, using your resources first. Like look in your closet first, and then whatever else you need to get outside of that, then do that. But definitely we got clothes at home for sure. So yes and no. I heavily agree, but it's a time and a place where you're going to need to go out and buy some shit. It's just like unavoidable. Sorry. So sorry. What are some of your favorite pieces in your wardrobe? So I kind of did that a little bit with the, if I can only keep 5, but those got to be my favorites. But mostly like my vintage stuff. Like this is like one of my favorite pieces, but I don't really wear it too much because it's very showy. My favorite, like one of my favorite coats is actually like a Brandon Blackwood coat that is just like a puffer that I wear all the time in the wintertime, usually to go to the gym. But it's very warm, and it's very, very like fetch for like a casual situation. My Simkai long brown coat with the leather sleeves, I really, really, really love that. My Gucci boots, my Gucci camping, camper hiking style boots. Like the list is very long. Like it's tough for me to do that. But basically the stuff that y'all see me wear often, like my Nike Cortez sneakers, those platform sneakers, I really, really love those. My Cactus Plant flea market, chunky hiking looking sneakers, really, really, really love those. My Louis Vuitton graffiti bag, a banger, like love that bag down to the ground. What else? My Nike Sakai, like windbreaker long jacket. It's just so many pieces that I have that I really love, because I think at this point I've been like really intentional on like curating and like keeping most of the things that I really, really, really love. Let's see. What's the toughest to find sneaker you have? That's kind of coded, because is it tough to find like now currently that I own it, or was it tough to find when I bought it and was looking for it? Any hoodles, long answer, short answer. I think I'm gonna go with they're really tough to find now, and it's these asparagus Nike Dunks. Like if you try to find them now, it is a tough sell, and they're like thousands of dollars at this point. And I got these back in, I can't remember when they came out, but I got these as a gift in 09. I got these in 09. And yeah, they're like really, really, really good. And they're really tough to find now, especially in my size, which is a 5. Men's 5, women's 6.5. Can't really find them. And the twofold question, when these came out, these Cactus Plant flea market blazers, when these came out, they were tough to get. And then tough for me to find, because I wanted it to look a certain way. Like they all come differently with different color laces and different color Nike swooshes on them. So I was really like meticulous about the kind that I wanted. And I really wanted these colorways, this pink and this green and just all of these colors. So this was a tough sneaker to find, because I really just wanted what I wanted. Like I didn't really want whatever they was going to give me, whatever random color they was going to give me that I ordered. So I really like did a lot of searching, looking for the exact pair that I want. So it was kind of a twofold question, and I hope that I answered it to the best of my ability. I'm gonna go with the hardest to find, the asparagus Dunks. Like now you can't really find them, but like in that search, those blazers, those Nike blazers, it was a tough for me to find, because I was being really particular about like the color that I wanted. Oh, y'all want me to be growing. Things you want to get better at this year. How are you liking YouTube and editing? Yo, it's crazy. that the thing that I want to get better at is the YouTube editing. Like, I really want to be like, I want to get better at the editing, the lighting, and get better at like talking outside. Like, talking outside right now is a pain point for me because it's just so much going on, and I feel like I get so distracted and I feel like I'm all over the place. So I think like just being a little bit more organized in my thoughts when I'm out, filming for YouTube, when I'm outside editing, it's not hard, but I definitely want to get better at it. Like, I definitely want to get quicker at it. I definitely want to get nastier at it, like with learning how to do like more lighting and, just using the editing app and tool to its fullest potential. Like right now, I feel like I'm at like really cookie cutter basics, and I really do want to get better at that. I want to be a better friend. I want to be a better girlfriend. I want to be better in the gym. I want to be more consistent on social media, like on Instagram and stuff. Like, I feel like at this point I'm getting like so overwhelmed because there's just so many like new things happening in my life with the moving and, trying to decorate, and I'm not able to like juggle everything. So the editing and, just getting back better and just getting better acclimated back into like life and getting into a groove so that I could be my best self. Like, that's definitely what I'm looking forward to being better at this year. These questions are good, y'all. Do you remember your very first inspiration or fascination with fashion? What started it all? I think I kind of touched on that with the sneaker thing in elementary school, but I think like fashion per se is, I was a late bloomer, y'all. Like, I loved Barbies like up until like my late junior high school years. Like, me and my homegirl Catherine, like, we still friends to this day. We went to junior high school together, and what was the baby doll's name? It was like Baby Born or something, the doll that you can feed. And we were well into junior high school, and we both had this baby doll, and we would talk about like playing with the doll and stuff like that, like well into like where the girls were. Like, we being fast now, we really like into boys, but we loved like dolls. So I think for me, like, I was still collecting like Barbies and stuff like that. But like Barbie, I think really started like fashion for me. Like, my grandmother and her mother, like, they sewed. Like, my grandmother used to have like a bunch of like, handmade quilts that look like this for real in the house that her mom made. And all by hand, like a hand seamstress. So they knew how to like mend and things like that. And my grandmother taught my mom like how to mend, like stitch by hand. And my mom taught me. So with my Barbies, like, I would make them like new clothes and new outfits, like all with like hand stitching, like just from old stuff, like old t-shirts that we were about to throw out, or if a dress or something got ruined, like, oh, bet this is about to be my Barbie's clothes. And I would make them stuff like pants and like tops and things, like just really small miniature versions. And I think that's really what started like my passion and love for fashion, was my mom teaching me how to hand mend and me making clothes for like my dolls, like my baby dolls, and for my Barbies. Like, and that all came from poverty. I feel like that's really what struck the nerve, because like my mother wasn't going out and buying this Barbie no damn clothes. Like, I barely should be happy that I got the Barbie in the first place, and now you want me to buy the Barbie clothes. So it came from that creativity, like me wanting to have new things for my dolls and not being able to have them, so we gonna sew them. So I think that was like my earliest introduction into like fashion and like clothes. Definitely that's like that elementary and junior high school time where I'm making clothes for my dolls. Holy Grail designers you love, and do you have any rules that you follow for fashion? Holy Grail designers that I love, definitely a Margiela. Like, I love a Margiela down, like to the ground. Love him. Love, love, love. Y Project for sure. I love like that deconstructed thing. I think Margiela has just always done that well. My Grail designer is Margiela. Like, I just love the deconstructed look. I love the innovation and forward thinking that is Margiela. Like, it's just beautiful, just chef's kiss, like everything. Like, you could usually look at like a collection from a designer and you like a few things. Like, I always like so much from them, and every season, when they come out with something, I might not necessarily love it to the point where I feel like I want to spend the thousands of dollars on it, but there's always some interest there. Like even a few weeks ago when I went to the store and I tried on the shoes, like I might have not walked out the store with the shoes, but I was just still interested enough to go in and try them on and see them. And I feel like every season they have something like that I either want or I end up actually buying. Like last season I bought those damn Tabby boots and I wear them into the ground. So I feel like there's designers that I like lust after. I'll be like, ooh, that's nice. But like that I'm actually going to spend my money on, Margiela all the way. Like very much inspiring, and I want the item in my closet. Like I love them. As far as rules, I don't think I really have any rules. Like I wear white after Labor Day. I wear socks with sandals. Harpo hates that. A sock with a sandal could very much go to hell for him, like ill. But I love like socks with like heeled sandals. Like I like that. Like that's my thing. I don't really have rules. I think my biggest rule, and I don't think that it's a real rule, is like, you know, just dressing for your body type. Like learning your body type will change your life. Learning the silhouettes and your body type and the things that look good on you is game changer. Like I think it's so unfortunate to see people when they don't like know their proportions, because it's just so important on like how you put a look together, how you present. Like just knowing that, oh, this thing is way too long for my torso or whatever the case may be. I think that's the only style rules. I don't really have rules. Like it's do whatever you want. Like there's a lot of rules that don't make sense, and it's just like if when you quote unquote break them, they look good depending on the person. So do you, boo? Do you, boo boo? Where does your style inspo come from? That's a loaded question. It comes from everywhere. I think I'm such like a worldwide person. It comes from like traveling. Like I've done extensive years of traveling throughout my 20s. So just seeing people in India and seeing people in different countries, like you get so much inspiration. Also like going on Etsy and the eBays and going out to vintage shops, going into the city, seeing other people dress, going into like Saks and Neiman's and just different stores and seeing what they have. Going to art exhibits really give me style inspo, because the way a lot of painters and artists, they put things together and textures and colors. Like sometimes you can't fathom those colors together. Like I remember I had took y'all along with me and I went and did like the wine and art gallery crawl thing. And at one of those art galleries, like the artist had put a picture, he painted a picture of something and he had like that Bordeaux burgundy color on top of like an orange. And my mind was blown. I wouldn't have thought to put those two together. Like, even though they're very like autumnal winter colors for that time, like the next day, literally, I think I put it on YouTube as well. I had wore like a burgundy turtleneck and put on an orange like cardigan on top of it. So a lot of my style inspo really comes from like other elements of art as well. I think more so than seeing clothes. Like going to like art exhibits and art galleries and things like that really gives me a lot of style inspo. Just by like the way they use textures and colors and just different elements that you would have never thought of. This is a good one. Celeb closet that you would go through. Childhood shows or movies you watch for fashion inspo. Celeb closet for sure. Tracy Ellis Ross for sure. Like everything the woman puts on is golden. Like everything. Like from your basic of basic things. Like I just love her down to the ground. Like I love everything that she wears. So definitely her or Solange. Like love Solange down. Those two like sign me up to go raid your closet expeditiously. Shows that definitely have fashion inspo. Of course, A Different World, like that whole 80s living single situation. Also, what else? Gossip Girl. Gossip Girl. If you are ever in a fashion bind and you need some inspo, start watching Gossip Girl. Like just go back and rewatch it. Like Blake Lively, like come on, like I want to like throw the TV. I want to throw my phone. Like she's like everything. So yeah, definitely all of those things for that question. How did you know fashion would be the content you wanted to showcase? It just kind of happened, honestly. Like when Instagram first became a thing, like other than like taking pictures of me and my friends traveling, like it started to be like just me, like what I wore to work or what I was wearing outside, and just like started taking pictures of that and posting that. Even my poor former coworker, well, we still work together actually, but bless his heart, like we would have lunch break or whatever, and I'd be like, Siddiqui, come with me outside and take a picture. And it just started becoming a thing. Like I have to go to work every day, like Monday through Friday. And sometimes we would go to lunch together. I'd be like, yo, take my picture, flick me up real quick. And then I just started being consistent with that. And that's what it became, like just doing the things that I would do naturally. I've always been into fashion, and I feel like I've always dressed pretty outlandishly. And I would get a lot of compliments on the street, or like just interest on the street about like what I was wearing. So that kind of like catered to, oh yeah, let me post this. Like other people like this, so let me post it. But it was basically like me, like just getting dressed and going into work. Like me working in advertising, like, and just being able to wear what I want to wear. Like I didn't have to wear corporate dress anymore. So that really gave me a free reign of like, it changed the way I shopped, because I didn't have to buy like corporate blues or like button ups and stuff. I literally could just wear what I wanted to wear. So it really enhanced my creative expression of whatever of me wearing whatever the hell I want every day to work. And then, you know, just having my friend taking pictures of me and posting it on my Instagram. And then it just became a thing, like people liking it and encouraging me, and I just became consistent with it. But yeah, I couldn't imagine any other content that I would post, because I'm not like wholly interested in not much else where I would be posting that on a consistent basis, other than like the gym and fitness. And in all vanity, with my Libra rising, going to the gym is so that I can fit the clothes that I have. Like no shade, no tea. Like, yeah, to be healthy, I want to be healthy and live longer, but like, yes, like I work out so that I can wear the clothes, honestly, truly. What is your lock maintenance routine? Oh girl, I don't really do no maintenance, but no, I use this rose water spray from this brand called Free the Locks. I use that like twice a week, spray it down, and then I use this other oil from the beauty supply store. It's like a super grow oil or whatever. But yeah, like basically like oiling once or twice a week, usually once. I'm very lazy with my hair. That's why I decided to lock, to be honest, because I just really didn't want to do anything with it. But yes, that rose water, making sure you're a little hydrated, and then sealing in that hydration with the oil once or twice a week. That's really all I do. And then I get retwisted maybe every 3 months. I wash every month for the most part, but I don't always retwist because it just makes your hair thinner. So yeah, that's that. What are some staple must-haves? That's a tough one. I think very good denim you should always have, like a nice vintage wash denim pair of pants that you can wear with anything, basically. A loafer, with sneakers, with boots. Denim is very important. I think everybody should have a staple pair of denim in their closet. I think you should have a nice like motorcycle jacket, a crop situation for sure, a nice overcoat. Now, you know, I have like every coat in life, but you need a nice overcoat, like a overcoat that you could just throw on and it don't matter what you have on under there. Like the coat is the thing. I think everybody should have one of those. You should definitely have a nice pair of loafers in your wardrobe. Like a loafer can quite evidently go with everything. Like I wear loafers with sweatpants. I wear loafers with shorts. Like I think those classic things you should always have. So those three things for sure. And a nice white tee, like, or a variation of a white tee. Like at one point Zara, they had like different like white tees that had like drawstrings on them, and you could like manipulate them and make it a shorter thing or a longer thing. Like a nice crisp white tee or a white button up should definitely be a statement in your a staple in your wardrobe. Those are all like beginner builder pieces. And a nice turtleneck for the fall, like where you can like layer over a nice sweater over it, or a nice t-shirt over it. Those are great like staple pieces that you should have in your wardrobe for sure. How did you develop that eye for style? I feel like I've answered this in so many questions already, but I think let's try to like culminate it and bring it all into one. I think like just living has developed my eye for style, like just seeing different cultures and seeing different people throughout life and how they style things, and just being a student of fashion, like going to a fashion high school, seeing how things are made, so then you know how to deconstruct because you know how to make this thing. Just being in tune with like the fashion culture, with the hip hop culture, and seeing how different celebrities dress and the things that you wouldn't wear, and knowing yourself also. Just deep diving and going through like all of the eras of fashion. I really love, like at the core, like 80s fashion as well as like collegiate style. So I feel like my style is always within that realm of those two things. And when I do go outside of it, it's to play around. And sometimes if I love it, then I adapt it. It's kind of like going through and like catching Pokemon cards, like basically like, oh, I'm trying out this thing and I actually like this and it works, so I'm gonna keep it. But I tried this and it's not so much for me, and I'm not really I'm not really interested in it. Just certain colors, certain textures. I think developing your style and your eye for style is trial and error. Like just wearing the thing that you really hated. Hence why I don't really care for spring fashion. Like pastels wash me out. Like it's just learning and growing your style by trying new things, and not being afraid to try these new things, and also not being afraid to be boring and stick to the things that you like sometimes, because sometimes if it's not broke, you don't need to fix it. You don't need to change it. You just evolve it a little bit as the times go by. You don't want to be stuck in this one thing, but like when these newer things that come out, like for instance, I love a collegiate situation, and every now and then, KIF, they do like a collegiate stitch. Like if I was tuned in and I really wanted to do that, then I would go to KIF and get like maybe one of their collegiate rugbies or something like that. Like not always being vintage with it, but I prefer vintage. So I think growing your style and actually like, paying attention to these things. Vogue magazine, like I grew up on as a teen Vogue girly, like always getting a magazine and just seeing the different styles from a kid. So that really grew my eye for fashion, and like just knowing what works for me. Like I think we get caught up in these trends or get caught up in what other people are doing and how they're dressing, and we lose sight of like what's good for us and what's best for us and our body type and our skin tone. Like I think just knowing yourself fully and finding another source of inspiration that inspires you to change your like the fact that my inspiration for fashion often is like art, like just visual art and going to art galleries. Like I think that's something important that maybe not too many other people do. Like, and it's just helping me to understand color palettes and things like that on a deeper level. So I guess that's to answer my question, is like my eye for fashion is like my worldwide sense of fashion, like seeing people in other countries, seeing art that I can also interpret into clothing. Like my nail lady, I could say she does the same thing. Like I'll show her an art piece. It's usually always art, or it could be an outfit, and then she interprets it into nails. Like it doesn't have to be like you're seeing clothes and that's how you have an eye for fashion. Like you just have an artsy eye. I think maybe that's what I'm trying to say. And if you want to develop that, because it doesn't come natural to everybody. And sometimes I need the motivation and I go out into the street and see what people are wearing. But I think you should just always be a student to the things that you love. So always learning and growing, whatever that thing is. For me, it's fashion. So I do get like fashion books and like coffee table books. And Chanel had a big coffee table book at one time that I was like looking at and reading for like fashion inspo. And I think you should just never stop like being a student of whatever it is that you love, and that will help you hone in on, making better decisions when it comes to those things. Nah, y'all, this one is taking me out in my business. I hear so many women talk about how they don't like living with men. How is it living with your man? Harpo! So, loaded question. I think initially, when I was unhappy, when I first started this journey of cohabitating, it was me thinking from a selfish standpoint of, I'm here and I need to be accommodated and all of these selfish things, and not really taking the time to realize that we are two people that's embarking upon this journey together we've never done this. Like we both have never cohabitated with somebody on this level, and we both deserve grace, and we both need to figure out one another on this level. Like, yeah, it's cool seeing one another and you go home and go your separate ways, but now that we have to be in this space, you have to figure out like what the things are. So for me, I've been on my own since I was basically like 19 years old, because I went away to college and then I had roommates that I hated. Then other than like my dorm mates, I loved them, but like I moved off campus and had roommates and I hated it there. And I just think that I'm a loner and an independent person overall. So it's tough to live with somebody, especially since I've been living with myself my whole life. So I don't hate it. It's challenging though, but I'm no stranger to hard work. And anything worth having is hard work. Like, you got to work for it. You got to wake up and have this conscious decision to be accommodating, to be a nice person to be around. Like, because at the end of the day, I'm messy. I'm a messy girl. I got so much clothes. I be having my stuff all over the place. And normally in my own space, like once I turn this camera off, I would leave all of this shit on the couch and go about my business and pick it up in 2 or 3 business days when I'm ready. But now it's just like, because I have to consider somebody else, I have to clean this up. Like, it shouldn't be no trace that I was doing mad YouTube stuff here 3 days later. Like, it just shouldn't be a thing. And I think that is where the girlies be upset, because the men's, they'll say something to them about their stuff and you don't want to hear it. Honestly, I don't. You don't want to hear it because you are an adult and you've been, on your own for so long. You've been living with your own life for so long, and you really just don't want to answer to nobody. That's me. That's my gripe. It's not insufferable and I don't hate it. It is a big adjustment though. And I just think that's going to happen with anybody. If me and my best friend was to be like, we're going to ditch our partners and live together as a best friend, Bert and Ernie life, like, we would hate it. It would be tough. It's just, living with somebody and cohabitating at this big age is hard. It's hard to unlearn your habits and a bad habit. And it's hard to hear the feedback from people, because although we want the truth, we hate hearing it. We hate hearing the truth. Like, I don't be wanting to hear it. Like, oh, you be leaving the toothpaste thing open. And I do. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, I did leave it open. Okay, cool, whatever. And it's just stuff like that. But it's just like, you got to compromise in order for both parties to be happy. Like, because in my apartment, I would wash my underwear out and leave it right on that damn door handle in the bathroom. But now I know, like, I got to be mindful that I can't do this. Like, I need to go and hang this somewhere where it's just not right in your damn face, and be mindful of the other person. I think once you get that grasp, and once you want to be present and you want to, cohabitate and make it work, I think it's perfectly fine. For me, initially, it was this whole victim thing. Like, well, I'm the new kid here, basically, and not taking in consideration that we are 2 new kids here. We are 2 people that are trying to figure this shit out, and we need to figure it out together. And we are allies. We are on the same team. That's another big thing, because when you get upset or you don't like something, it's you all of a sudden an island. And with relationships, that shit is hard work. Like, you got to always be constantly thinking of the other person and communicating with the other person and not being afraid to be vulnerable. I think that's the biggest thing in most relationships that I see now. A, we want the truth but don't really want to hear the truth, and B, we are so guarded about how we feel because we're afraid of the outcome. And at the end of the day, like, if you're afraid to show yourself this person, then this is not the person for you. Like, you should be able to bare your soul and be who you need to be yourself, because what are you going to do or the rest of your life? Like, just hide yourself? You're going to be somebody that you're not to save face? You should be able to speak your truth. You should be able to be yourself with this person. You should be able to say what you don't like, and they might not like it, but it shouldn't be anything that you fall out over because you told the truth and that you were yourself. So I do know that cohabitation shit is crazy, but I think as long as you have a person that's really unconditionally for you, you'll be fine. Like, it's times that I had to say, like, hey, I'm having a hard time with XYZ, with saying this. I'm having a hard time with doing this. Like, I just need a little bit more time to blah, blah, blah. Like, say what you need to say, because at the end of the day, we can't mind read. And I think you'll be fine. Like, as long as you're not a stranger to hard work, you're not trying to quit as soon as shit gets hard. Like, you'll be fine. Like, it's tough. It's tough being mindful of somebody else, but especially if you want to be married or if you want to have a child, like, this is only the beginning of the hardship, because once you're married with a child, now this is a whole second person now that you got to think of ahead of yourself at that point. So it's all about what you want. Like, are you gonna, I'm not saying to be struggling with somebody who is unyielding, who's relentless, who's not treating you well, but if you have the person that's there for you and that's your person and y'all really trying to work it out and y'all want to do this and y'all cohabitating, you have to find some understanding. You have to roll up your sleeves and do the work. You have to communicate. You have to be honest. You have to be vulnerable, and you need to have somebody who is on that same page. Otherwise, it's going to be a shit show. But it ain't no walk in the park, but it's no hating it over here. I don't hate it here. Like, I actually really, really like it here, even though Harpo is crazy, but that's another story. All right, back to the fashion questions. What was your absolute best vintage find ever and why? Ever. I can't really recall ever, but like within the last 10 years, I'm going to say this duster that I found. Cause, oh my God, like, just look at it. It's like a graffiti something. It's art. This is art. This is like something that you would go in the galleries and see. But it is just so good. Like, it's orange. It's great for the skin tone. It's very much 80s. It's a nice little mohair looking sitch. Like, it's just beautiful, and it's down to the ground. Like, it's like down to the ground, floor length, and y'all know how I feel about it. And I feel like it was like, I found it maybe for like 40 doll hairs or something like that. Super steel, super great condition, and I love this at one point. Like, I was wearing it into the ground. I've definitely gotten other things throughout the years, but this, when I read the question, immediately that came to mind. So I felt like I had to share that. Ooh, when are we all going to do a meet and greet? That's cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might do like a vintage crawl, like for us to meet up maybe in the Williams of Bergs and do like maybe a fashion meetup type of thing. Like, let's go to Beacons or let's go to something and do a meet and greet. That would be cool. That would be super cool. I'm down. I'm into it. I'm down for it. So yeah, we'll figure that out. I like that question. What your online shopping strategy is? Feel free to mention sites, not a must. My online shopping strategy at this point is not even really a strategy. Like, I'll be going on these places like Free People and like Anthropologie and like, you know, putting stuff in my cart that I really, really like and then waiting for it to go on sale or seeing if I really feel compelled now after some weeks. Like, before I would add to cart and I'm checking out immediately, but like, I have so many carts around the internet world. At this point, it's ridiculous. But definitely ASOS, I always go to. Free People, Anthropologie. I like Farfetch. Farfetch prices has been getting crazy nowadays. Essence, of course. But those are like the top places that I usually really look on for online shopping. But always, if I'm looking for something in particular, I'm Google searching it first just to see how many other people have it. And usually when you put it into Google, it's going to come up, you're going to get a range of prices. Like, you'll find the best deals when you just put whatever Margiela Tabby boots in the Google search and then it pops up. You're going to get a range of most likely a deal cheaper than wherever you was looking at it at first. So definitely always Google before you pull a trigger to anywhere when you're buying something, because you probably can find it cheaper if you just put it in the Google engine search. Starting with little followers, how does one get brand collabs and free merch? Shoes specifically. Me too. Shoes specifically. But nah, starting with the small followers, I think you should... You got to start somewhere, right? You have to, if you're already buying shoes, like for me, I was already buying and collecting sneakers. So like me reviewing sneakers or like making reels of the sneaker that I got and things like that. And just like the passion that I put into it or styling it, like that ended up getting me a lot of like sneakers from different places. Nike, people that follow me that work at Nike that I had no idea, like reaching out like, oh, come do this. Like, things like that. Like, it's not just going to come to you. You have to do it. You got to do the work for free before you can get it back in blood, basically. But being consistent, being on there and being consistent, and you don't even have, I'm gonna give you the gems right now. You don't even have to go and buy the thing. Like, back when I was doing it, I was buying the thing, but I actually like wanted the item for my feet. Like, I want to buy these dunks. I want to wear them, but you can go in the stores. Go in Foot Locker, go in Adidas, go in Nike, go in with your camera and film the new stuff. Like, oh, these new sneakers are fire, blah, blah, blah. Try them on, review them, things like that. You don't have to necessarily be purchasing them. You go in the store and try them on for free, record that you're trying them on, and poll the audience. Oh, what do we think? They hot or not? Whatever I'm giving you free game right here. I'm not going to be able to do this all the time, but the way you build your following is consistency. Nobody ever likes that answer, but the same way you get a paycheck every week or every 2 weeks is because you go to work every day. And it's no difference here with content creating. Like, you have to be very consistent, or if you're not posting every other day, like, the shit better be amazing. That 1 or 2 things that you posting, it better be stupendous. So you might as well just roll up your sleeves and start posting damn near every day. Like, that's how you grow your following. You have to show up every day. You have to be, the people got to be able to trust you that you there and you're reviewing these things and it's actually good. Like, because there's so many times that I see people reviewing some shit and then I go try it or see it and it's just like, either A, you're lying, or we just have vastly different tastes. And it could be either or, but I really be feeling like the people be lying. So that's the biggest thing, like brand loyalty. Like, create a brand within yourself where people feel like they can trust you. Go and review those sneakers and say that they good for this, they comfortable, they blah, blah, blah. And have the people trust you, and the brands will send you the things. Like, as you putting it out and getting consistent and you getting some traction, you getting views, like, the brands will send you the stuff. Like, that's how I started getting stuff from Adidas. Like, Lord knows I don't know anybody over at Adidas like that I have talked to word of mouth. Like, literally one of the Adidas pages had reached out to me after I did the Wales Bonner review, and it didn't go viral, but it went a little crazy. And now I'm on a seating list. So it's just stuff like that. Like, you have to show up and be consistent. Like, you never know when it's gonna come, but if you always showing up every day at your Instagram workplace, eventually something gonna shake. And curating your style, who were the people, if any, that you pulled inspiration from? The early inspiration is Solange. Like, I feel like that is my biggest inspiration, like, that I can like pinpoint, like, to a time and a place, because at one point, like, I was really heavy into print mixing, and she was doing that very, very well at the time. I don't know who her stylist was, but at that time, like, during the early clash of like, oh, we gonna mix a little polka dot with a little stripe, phenomenal job. She was like killing everybody, like blowing everybody out the water. And she was like my earliest style inspo, as well as Khalees. Like, cause I just think she was just so effortlessly mother. Like, she was just so effortlessly that girl, like, very quietly, like, not, oh, I'm boastful. It's just, I'm this pretty woman and I wear nice shit and I'm buff. That's it. Like, and I love that. I love an effortless moment. Like, I hate a try hard, die hard sitch. So definitely my early formative years of like styling, like early 20s, Solange. Solange was a big fashion inspiration on my part, and then Tracy Ellis Ross for sure. But Tracy has only been within maybe the last decade. But Solange was like my very early formative years, and Khalees as well, with the whole bossy sitch. Like, I just loved her first, and then Solange shortly after. Rihanna did some things too. Like, I had this little golf kind of like grunge situation that I went through in college, where I had like the ripped up tights and stuff like that. And I think that was really directly from like Rihanna rated R kind of situation. So yeah. Oh wow, we had the last question, y'all. That's crazy. Like, I thought I had one more page. I have like favorited them. I thought I had one more page, but this is the last one. Do you plan to travel outside of the USA to other fashion capitals? What do you think of other countries' fashion? Must be new here, but I've been traveling all over the world since my early 20s. Like, no shade, no tea, but I've been all over the place. I've probably been to more than like 25 countries at this point. But yeah, I think that's traveling to other countries is a big part of my inspo of like fashion. Like, a few years ago, I went to Morocco and the way they do like textiles and things like that, like just their textile life, like the way they like do like bowls and they'll cover it in yarn or cover it in like plastic, and it's so much texture and so much dimension and so much color and so much beauty. Like that definitely was very inspiring for me. I feel like Morocco, not in the style of like dress, but in the way they interior design, was a big fashion inspiration for me when I visited. All of those like tiles and mosaics, and they did have like areas where you could like shop and stuff, and they had like these big buff like camel hide, not camel hide, but like camel fur coats, and it was gorgeous. Like top tier, like better than some of the coats that I've seen like manufactured and created in like a Neiman's or a Bergdorf. So yes, for sure. Other countries' fashion inspires me OD. Like Tokyo, the best dressing people in the world, like so far. And I've been everywhere. Like I've been to Australia, a snooze fest. Like I've been to Paris. People in Paris, they just dress so like so upscale, classy, so good, like without the effort. Like it's like effortless fly. Like I'm just born to do this shit. I just wake up and I get my baguette and this is how I dress. Like oui. Like they are just on another level. But I think Tokyo is really taking it. So I've done Paris, I've done London. London's fashion is interesting as well because the weather is so wishy-washy. Like I really feel like we getting like London weather right now. Like London, please come here and pick up your fucking weather and take it back with y'all, because I don't know what's happening with all of the doom and gloom, but I hate it here in New York City. But London, it's great to shop there. I won't say that I've seen too many people like well dressed in London, but a lot of influencers that I follow from London, the girls be looking good. But like the times that I visited London, I've probably been there like 3 times at this point. The fashion is decent. It's not mind bending like how Paris is, like how Tokyo is. Even in Korea, the girls looked good when I went to visit many moons ago. But yeah, like traveling the world is really what keeps me grounded in fashion. Like going to India some years ago, India was fire. Like their saris and like the stories behind the women who were selling them. Like we had went to like some boutiques to like try some on because we were going to the Taj Mahal and we wanted to wear saris and look fire. And they were picking them out for us and telling us like, you know, just the backstory behind it and like the fabric and the care and everything and just their pride in the fashion that they had. And I had ended up going to, there was like some shopping mall not a mall, but like a strip where they were selling clothes outside, like a fashion market kind of thing. And I had ended up getting like, you know, the Indian is inspired, like, you know, Aladdin pants with the big fluffy bottoms. Love those pants to the ground. Like the pants had holes in it the way I wore them so bad. And they were just so good. It was kind of like mosaic-y like this. But everywhere I have been, it has been so inspiring to like my fashion taste. Like going to Cape Town and seeing, you know, the buff African fashion girls dress, and going to Kenya and we stayed with like the Maasai tribe one night. We did like an overnight stay at the tribe of the Maasai people, and their tribal garb was fucking fire, like fantabulous. Like I'm pretty sure I have a picture that I could put up here of it, but like their robes and, you know, the staffs that they carry and the beading and stuff that they do on their clothes, forever inspired by just being a worldwide woman, by traveling. Like you have to travel internationally to just see what people are doing, especially I think if you're into honing your passion and honing your skill. Like I think like fashion is just always going to be something that I do, like something that I breathe. So I'm always looking to expand and to see like what other people are wearing and what other people are doing. I think it's amazing. Montreal as well. Montreal, because they got that little French style. They dress really well out there too. So yeah, like just traveling and doing all of the things, like even going to other states, like going to Phoenix, all of the cowboy boots and cutoffs and just the way they dress, and their vintage stores out there in Phoenix. were like some of the best vintage fashion that I've ever seen, like in a very, very long time, curated space. And here we are in New York and nobody talks about no damn Phoenix. But when I went out to Phoenix, oh baby, I bought some things and there was a lot of things to see. So yes, like not even international traveling, but just traveling overall. Like every time I travel, I make sure that I'm going to see something fashion, something vintage for the most part. The vintage shopping that they have in Paris is like unparalleled. Like it's like a expo. It's like a big like garage looking situation and they have like stalls and stalls and stalls of stuff. I definitely want to go to, what is it? It's something bowl that's in LA. I want to go to that. Like I've never been to that like vintage expo, but I definitely, for the places that I've been, all the way from Fiji to Australia to Tokyo to Africa, everywhere that I've been, Europe, like I always make sure to go do some fashiony shit, go see some vintage. Everywhere I've been, I always make it my business to go see vintage. And Australia had good vintage too, but like the people weren't wowing me the way they dressed, but they did have some good vintage stuff. But everywhere I go, every single place I go, I make sure that I go to a vintage store or a thrift store because that's just something that I really enjoy seeing and being. So yeah, like whatever it is, I feel like you should be down bad for it. Like I like food and I'm definitely gonna go try the recommended good restaurants everywhere I go as well. So whatever you into, I think you should be into it real bad. Like what else are we doing? Like be a nerd about whatever it is that you into. If it's sneakers, if it's shoes, if it's clothes, if it's food, if it's spices. Like we went to India and of course I bought me back some curry. I bought me back some chai. Like, cause I like me a chai latte. Whatever you're into, like get into the habit if you can of being into it real bad. Like because we don't have but so much time. So when you go out with a bang, at least you could say that I did all of the things. Like I really dove deep into whatever it is that I really, really love. And that's I think that's the biggest wish that I could wish for y'all. Like for this year and for forever. Like live unapologetically, like live colossally, like take up space and do all of the things. Like I love to hike and I'm like in a little fake hike club at this point now because I just want to do everything that I love like immensely. Like don't hold none of it back. Like leave it all here. Leave it all here. When it's time to go, we left it all here. Like it was nothing held back. We let all of this shit, we emptied the clip on it. That's it. Like be great. Like good could be great. Good can always be fucking great. And that's what I'm gonna leave y'all here with. I know I've been up here yapping forever and I really enjoy doing these questions with y'all. We probably got to do these like quarterly at this point because I feel like because I've never really done it, there were so many questions about a lot of the same things. Not gonna lie, but I'm happy that I was able to share this with y'all and I felt very safe to do so and it's felt very good. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all have the rest of y'all Sunday and I'll see y'all back here. Wait, still more names. It's Wilma's. It's giving we the Wilma's. It's the Wilma's for y'all. But yeah, let me know what we thinking and let me know what you think about the QA. Let me know if you have any more questions, you want to know anything like in the comments or whatever. Like y'all know I'm going to answer y'all. I'm going to engage y'all. I'm going to indulge y'all. Ain't no she foo stush over here. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all have y'all Sunday. I'll see y'all back here next Sunday. Love y'all, mean it. Bye.